All right, guys, as I was watching all this drama unfold during the Ballon d'Or between Vinny and Rodri and the Champions League, who is the better player? Rodri is the best player in the world. Vinny Jr. is the best player in the world. It got me thinking, I want to talk to somebody who actually knows all these players and them build me a Champions League side that can go into the Champions League and win it all. And there's only one person for this job, really. It's Fabrizio Romano. He knows basically every single footballer out there. So today we're actually going to call Fabrizio Romano and get him to build us the best modern day Champions League side. Then we're going to take Fab's team into FC25 and see if that team can actually win the Champions League. Now, this is the Fabrizio Romano character AI. It is very intelligent. It sounds like Fabrizio. It's basically Fabrizio Romano. It's the closest thing we're gonna get, guys. So let's give Fabrizio Romano a ring-a-ding-ding on the telephone and see what players he chooses for our Champions League journey. But before we go anywhere, guys, please hit the like button for me. I would love to hit like 2,000 likes on the video. And also, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. We're like 10,000 away from a whole lot of subscribers. 200,000, in fact. Let's go. Fabrizio is waiting to hear from us. Yo, Fabrizio, how you doing, man?
I am doing good, my friend. How are you?
I am absolutely fantastic today. I have a big task for you. Are you up for the challenge?
Of course, I am always up for a challenge. Let's hear it.
So I would like for you to build us the best modern day Champions League starting 11 and bench position by position. Do you think you can do that for us, Fab?
Yes, I can build a modern day Champions League starting 11 and bench for you based on each player's position. I'll use my years of experience and knowledge of the beautiful game to put together a team that would not only impress but also be contenders for the Champions League trophy.
Excellent. That is exactly what we need from you, Fab. Now, first, the formation. What formation do you think we should play with?
In the modern game of football, the 4-3-3 formation has proven to be quite versatile and effective. It provides balance in attack and defense with a solid midfield base, 3 forwards supporting the main striker, and sufficient cover at the back.
4-3-3 it is. Let me just write it down. We are going 4-3-3. Now we're going to start with the goalkeeper. Who are you taking in nets?
Given that there have been a number of impressive goalkeepers in recent years, here are 2 who come to mind for the modern game. 1. Alisson, Liverpool. 2. Thibaut Courtois, Real Madrid.
Now, so who is starting for you and who is going on the bench? Is Alisson starting or is Thibaut Courtois starting?
That is a tough decision to make.
It is.
Both Alisson and Thibaut Courtois are top-class goalkeepers who have demonstrated their shot-stopping abilities and talent time and time again. If I had to choose,
yes,
I'd start Alisson in goal for our modern day
Alisson.
Champions League team. He has been consistently excellent for Liverpool and has experience in big games, including the Champions League final. Thibaut Courtois would be a solid backup option on the bench.
Wow. Okay, I thought you were gonna pick Thibaut Courtois, but okay, we'll put Courtois on the bench and we'll put Alisson as the starting goalkeeper. Moving on to the next position, it is the left back. Who is starting for you as the left back?
For the modern day Champions League left back position, I would choose Alexandro Grimaldo. He is a perfect fit for the position with his ability to
wow, Grimaldo,
and tactical understanding can make him a threat on the left flank, both offensively and defensively.
That is another, solid choice. I did not expect you to take Grimaldo. I'm just writing them down as we go along. Okay, so we got our left back. Now, what about our right back? Who is starting?
For the modern day Champions League right back position, I'm going to choose Trent Alexander-Arnold.
2 Liverpool players, 2.
And has been a pivotal part of Liverpool's success.
Now, the first center back. Who are you taking as your first CB?
For the first center back position in the modern day Champions League, I would pick Ruben Dias. His ability to read the game paired with his aerial ability and physicality makes him a perfect defender for the modern game.
Okay, fantastic choice, Ruben Dias. And who is pairing up with Ruben Dias as the other center back?
Partnering up with Ruben Dias in the modern day Champions League would be another standout talent, Aymeric Laporte.
What? Laporte? Okay, I did not expect for you to choose Laporte. Okay, so our defense and our goalkeeping is set. We're going on to the midfield. Who is the first midfielder in this Champions League starting 11?
For the first midfield spot in our modern day Champions League starting lineup, I'd pick Rodri.
Ballon d'Or winner. We're gonna see if he picks Vinny. Okay, so you got Rodri in the midfield, and who is the other midfielder in that midfield pairing with Rodri?
Pairing up alongside Rodri in the midfield, I choose Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City.
Wow, I did not expect you to pick KDB. I thought KDB would be more of a cam, but since you got Kevin De Bruyne in midfield, now we need a central attacking midfielder. So who is going into that central attacking midfielder position?
For the central attacking midfielder in the modern day Champions League team, it has to be Bruno Fernandes.
What?
His ability to create chances and score goals, combined with his work rate, makes him an ideal fit for the role.
Okay, you got some very, very interesting choices, Fab. Moving on to the front three. As your right midfielder, who is there?
For the right midfielder position, I'll select Mohamed Salah, who has been on fire for Liverpool.
Salah?
Trickery and
Okay.
ability. Salah's threat down the right flank and his partnership with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
It's kind of nasty, actually. Okay, so we got Salah on the right. Now, what about on the left? Who is there?
On the left, I would
Vinny?
pick Vinicius Jr. from Real Madrid.
Vinny. There it is. There it is. He loves them both.
Vinicius' threat and link-up play with other attackers would make our offense unstoppable.
That is a solid front two. And of course, now your striker, your starting striker.
For the striker position,
Haaland?
I choose Kylian Mbappe. Widely regarded as
Not
one of the
Haaland!
best, Mbappe has pace, technique, and a killer instinct in front of goal. His ability to play off the shoulder of the last defender and his clinical finishing make him a perfect fit for the role.
All right, Fab. So we got our starting 11, and then don't forget that we have Thibaut Courtois on the bench. Now we need 6 more substitutions, 6 more bench players for this team. Who is going on the bench for you?
Absolutely. Here are 6 more players to complete our
Who's going to be? This is interesting.
Ederson, Joao Cancelo, Nicolas Otamendi, Bernardo Silva, Casemiro, Manchester United.
Casemiro?
This bench provides us with a mix of experience and youth, defensive solidarity, and an array of attacking options to change the game when needed.
Okay, I'm surprised you picked Casemiro, but Fab, okay, do you think this team that you just picked can win the Champions League? Because I'm going to see if this team can win the Champions League in FC25.
Absolutely. I believe this team is capable of winning the Champions League.
Bold words from Fabrizio Romano.
And I hope this team delivers the Champions League trophy.
I hope so too, man. I hope you're right. Listen, I might come back and actually let you know how the results went and see how this team did in FC25 and see if they actually won the Champions League.
Sounds great. I'm excited to hear how the team performs in FC25.
Thanks, Fab. I'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Excited to hear the updates on the team's performance in FC25.
All right, guys. So we're going to go into FC25 and build this exact team that Fabrizio Romano suggested. And then at the end of the video, after we see how this team has done, we're going to come back to Fabrizio Romano and tell him the results and see what he thinks of it. All right, guys. Fab's squad is ready to go. We're going to be using Manchester City to go into the Champions League to see if Fabrizio's starting 11 and the bench can actually win the Champions League. Honestly, I'm genuinely surprised at a few choices. Like Laporte in the back, you're not going to take Virgil van Dijk. Also, the bench picks of Otamendi, Casemiro, and Marcus Rashford are genuinely shocking to me. But hey, Fabrizio knows ball better than I do, so who am I to question him? We got Manchester City selected. We're obviously with all the big boys in pot 1. Let's go to the league phase and see how Fab's team does. Match day 1 and Fabrizio's team is facing Inter Milan in the Champions League. Can they pull off a win? Çalhanoğlu stuns Manchester City and Fabrizio Romano. They are 0-1. All right, surely in match day 2, they can probably rebound and get the win. They're playing Waterford. Okay, should be. Dude, this team is struggling. This team, Fab's team is struggling. Vinny and Mo Salah score. It's a 2-2 draw against Waterford. Now, if you're wondering why Waterford is in the Champions League, is because they replaced one of the 2 clubs that aren't in the game that are in the Champions League. Either way, we move forward. Match day 3 for Fabrizio's Romano Champions League dream team at home against Sparta Praha. Should be a victory. Maybe they're getting back on track. Decisive 3-0. Match day 4 away. A tricky affair in Portugal against Victor Gyökeres and Sporting. Can Sporting spoil the party? They almost spoiled the party, but Mbappe in the 69th minute gave Manchester City another win and another 3 points. So currently, after 4 matches played, Fab's squad is in 12th place, 2-1-1 on 7 points. Actually, not that far away from first place, to be honest with you. Everyone's on 10, only 3 points back. I assume match day 5 should also be a pretty standard victory. They are playing Feyenoord. Feyenoord is pretty good. They could be tricky, but this squad is quite talented. Man, Feyenoord, I guess you would call this an upset. Jimenez equalizes in the 82nd, and Fabrizio Romano Manchester City squad only takes a point. And match day 6 is not going to get any easier. They got to play away in Italy against Juventus. I mean, they're probably the favorites, but they only get another draw. Milik equalizes in the 70th minute. Match day 7, it is a big one. It is away at the Parc des Princes against PSG. Man, that's a tough matchup. It really is, but they pull it off. Fab's team coming in clutch once again. And the last match of the Champions League league phase, it is at home against Club Brugge, where Manchester City, they are by far the favorite, and they do pull it off through Mo Salah and Vinny Jr. once again. So after 8 matches played in the league phase, Fabrizio Romano's Manchester City squad, they actually finished in 9th. So they didn't automatically qualify for the round of 16 because you gotta be in the top 8 to do that. The top 8 were Inter Milan, AC Milan, PSG, Barcelona. A very surprising PSV is there. Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Atletico Madrid. Manchester City, they finished in 9th, 1 point back. So they're gonna have to face a club in the playoffs to get to the round of 16. And there are also some shocking clubs that didn't make the playoffs even. They have to finish in the top 24, and they didn't do that. Atalanta in 25th, Juventus in 26th, Sporting in 28th, Feyenoord, Lille, Young Boys, Sturm Graz, Waterford, and Gastepi. I mean, that's no surprise. So what does the playoff tree look like to get to the round of 16, guys? Well, Manchester City and Fabrizio Romano, they actually got quite lucky because they're going to be facing Dinamo Zagreb. Bayern Munich will play Celtic, AS Monaco will play Borussia Dortmund, Bruges will play Stuttgart, then we got Bayer Leverkusen versus Real Madrid, Shakhtar versus Liverpool, Sparta Praha versus Girona, and Leipzig will take on Benfica. All right, leg 1, it is against Dinamo Zagreb away. Probably a win would be nice here. A draw would also be quite favorable, and a draw it is. Dinamo Zagreb, they were ahead the entire match, but Bruno Fernandes in the 84th minute gave Manchester City and Fabrizio Romano some life. All comes down to leg number 2. It is at home. It's a draw. Tied 1-1 on aggregate. The winner goes to the round of 16. Barely. They barely squeeze it out. Man, I expected better. Salah scores in the 43rd. 2-1 on aggregate. That's the end of the road for Dinamo Zagreb, and Fabrizio is moving on to the round of 16. In the round of 16, guys, a little bit of a different matchup for Manchester City and Fabrizio Romano. They gotta take on AC Milan from Italy. Then we'll have Bayern Munich versus Aston Villa. Every matchup is going to be pretty difficult in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Sparta Praha will take on Barcelona. Borussia Dortmund will take on Inter Milan. Leipzig versus PSV. Bruges versus PSG. Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. And then Real Madrid versus Arsenal. After seeing Real Madrid versus Arsenal and Liverpool versus Atleti, maybe Man City and Fab don't really have it that difficult after all. But hey, let's not underestimate AC Milan. The first leg of the round of 16, it will be played in England. Man City versus AC Milano. Fabrizio Romano, 2-0 lead. And it is the Ballon d'Or winner Rodri with a brace. Commanding lead going into leg number 2, and I think that's the end of the road for AC Milan. Barring a miraculous comeback, it's just not gonna happen. Who scored here? Who do we got? We got Vinny Jr., we got Trent Alexander-Arnold. 4-1 on aggregate. Fabrizio is in the quarterfinals. Oh, but in the quarterfinals, Fab and Man City, they gotta face Harry Kane and Bayern Munich. Then it will be Real Madrid, who eliminated Arsenal versus Liverpool, Inter Milan versus Barcelona, and then PSV versus Club Brugge. What kind of Champions League quarterfinal is that? You absolutely love to see stuff like that. Honestly, this is a massive test for Manchester City with Fab against Bayern Munich. Quality players on that squad. Can they take the lead at home? Can they do it? They cannot, because Harry Kane in the 84th minute gave Bayern Munich a 2-1 lead, and Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. It could have been 2-2, but Fab is going into leg 2 behind. Champions League squads know how to perform under pressure, and this is a lot of pressure. Down 2-1 to Bayern Munich away. Is there a shock on the cards? Can they come back? 4-3. Bayern Munich wins 2-1. Man City go to Germany and stun them 3-1. And Harry Kane, even though he scored, he still cannot win a trophy. It's Salah, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's Salah once again. Into the last 4 we go, and these are the semifinals. It is Real Madrid versus Fabrizio Romano and Manchester City. While the other semifinal, PSV, they made it to the last 4 of the Champions League, and they gotta face Inter Milano. The first leg is away for this goated squad, according to Fabrizio Romano, against Real Madrid, though. But they don't have Vinny Jr., and they don't have Thibaut Courtois, and they don't have Kylian Mbappe either. Now, can they pull it off here? It's a 2-2 draw. It's all to play for in leg number 2. Endrick is the one that took over, and Rodrigo missed a penalty for Real Madrid, not Rodrigo for Manchester City. City. Rodrigo, the other Rodrigo. Well, boys, this is it. 2-2 on aggregate, one match, but City and Fab, they got the advantage. They are at home. Can Vinny Jr. and Mbappe beat their former club and go to the Champions League final? Yes, they can. Barely, but they did it. 5-4 on aggregate, 3-2. It is Mbappe. It is Vinny Jr. It is Mohamed Salah, who probably, in my opinion, has been Man City's and Fab's best player in this competition. Or maybe not, because Mo Salah, I mean, he scored 7 goals in 16 matches in this Champions League. Vinny Jr. has scored 8, but who is on top? The cursed Harry Kane. He scored 13 goals in 14 matches, guys. Absolute monster of a performance, and they still couldn't win the UCL. So the final, it is Fabrizio Romano's Manchester City versus, how ironic is this, an Italian club, Inter Milano. Here we go. It is the Champions League final. Fabrizio Romano predicted that this team can not only make it to the Champions League final, but win it all. And they are one match away from doing just that. But they got to get by this Italian giant in Inter Milan to claim the Champions League trophy. Fab's Man City start with the ball and they automatically give it away to Thuram, and Inter Milan is on the attack. Can they do it? Do you take Fab as a really knowledgeable guy? You know, we had questions, we had doubt. Mbappe. Shot! Summer with the save. Dumfries will get there. Dumfries will clear. First real opportunity goes to Manchester City and Fabrizio Romano. But this man is the guy that they got to watch. Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram. He could be in. He could be in. Thuram! That's like 3 miles wide. Rodri to Salah to KDB. Back to KDB. Turn shot. Oh, it's just high and wide. Laporte, yes. That's a shocking decision for me. Aymeric Laporte, I can't believe he chose him. Really, really surprised with that one. Saliba, Gabriel, Virgil van Dijk, and Militao. Barella going forward for Inter. We just talked about the defense. There's the defensive breakdown. They walked through Laporte. They walked through Aymeric Laporte, and Inter Milano takes a 1-0 lead. Really did not expect this one, that is for sure. Where's the defense, guys? Leaving Alisson high and dry, man. To Bruno. Mbappe looking for an equalizer, makes the nice turn. He's gonna have to take on about 4 players. He'll drop it off to Mo Salah. We are in stoppage time in the first half. Salah, what a burst through. Is there an equalizer before halftime? Salah, Mbappe, yes there is. What a combination. Mbappe to Salah, Salah weaves through, Salah to Mbappe. It's 1-1, brand new 45. Incredible response. And that was the last kick of the first 45 minutes. Oh, we got a final on our hands. Woo, this turned out to be a really, really fun video to make, guys. Crazy idea, I know, but hey, we're full of crazy ideas on this channel. Please hit the subscribe button if you like crazy ideas and fairy tale stories and all that stuff, and, you know, fun experiments and football stuff. And let me know down in the comments right now who you think is going to win it, because it's 1-1. KDB, 1 touch to Mo Salah. Oh, just dummies, absolutely dummies. DeMarco, and DeMarco has to commit the foul and he'll take a yellow. Salah, oh my gosh, he just turned DeMarco inside out once again. That's twice. He's destroying DeMarco single-handedly, man. Dumfries will play to Barella. Oh, here we go. Thuram, dangerous. Mkhitaryan, back post, DeMarco almost had the last laugh, but he shot it right at Alisson. 75 minutes. Are we gonna go to extra time here? Salah, brilliant touch. Now he's got to take on Pavard, and DeMarco is coming back to double team. He'll drop it off to Kevin De Bruyne. Mbappe, it's now or never. Kylian Mbappe. Honestly, all started by Mo Salah, man. Drops it off, gets by DeMarco, gets by everybody. Kevin De Bruyne makes the wonderful pass to Mbappe. Mbappe takes on 3, and he does the rest. Places the ball beautifully. To be fair, man, Inter has been good too. They've been very, very good. Maybe even a bit unlucky, to be honest with you, man. Like, they've been quality. They haven't backed down at all from this team. Lautaro, shot. You see? Alisson, another save. We are almost in stoppage time. It's now or never. Barella, beautiful touch. Unbelievable. Drops it off to Fratesi, who just came on. Thuram. Imagine the drama if Lautaro goes and scores here. In stoppage time, Lautaro shot blocked. Game-saving block. That's it! Fabrizio Romano's Manchester City starting 11 and the bench. Even though we didn't see the bench come on at all, they are the ones that win the UCL. Rodri and Vinny Jr. on the same team, celebrating together. Celebrating a victory together. And Rodri is the captain. He's going to give High fives to absolutely everybody. And he's going to lift this UCL with Mbappe, with Bruno, with Mo Salah and Alisson. Now, don't forget, let's go and call Fabrizio Romano and tell him the good news and see how he reacts. Hey, Fabrizio, I'm back.
Hey there, I'm excited to hear from you.
Your team won the Champions League. They beat Inter Milan in the final with Kylian Mbappe scoring late, and Mohamed Salah was also absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic news. I'm thrilled to hear that the team won the Champions League.
Now listen, do me a favor. We're chasing 200,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Can you just tell everyone that is watching to subscribe to my channel and that you know ball? That's why the Champions League team that you picked won the Champions League, right?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to help. To everyone who's watching, I highly recommend subscribing to this channel. As a respected voice in the football world, I stand by my team selection, and the fact that they won the Champions League proves that I know ball. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's support this channel and continue to enjoy great football content together.
Thanks, Fab, and thanks to everybody watching. I appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay happy, stay healthy, all that stuff. Keep smiling. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, if you want to see someone else as an AI pick a Champions League squad, let me know down in the comments. Maybe we do I Show Speed next. Right, Fab?
Great idea.
Peace, 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 peace. I love you as always. Peace!